How's it going, ladies and gents? Reverend Saint back again, and today we've got some more Black Ops 3 gameplay for you guys, obviously. But today what we're going to be talking about is patch notes. They released the patch notes yesterday. Originally, I was going to do a quick video, like a quick second video for you guys yesterday, but there's a lot in this patch, so I decided that I was going to do a separate video and upload it today so I could really share with you guys my opinions on these patch notes, because some of them I agree with and some of them I do not, and I do also kind of like the fact that I played the game last night and got to actually experience some of the differences and see how they actually feel, if I can actually notice them, and then share with you guys my experience. But first, it's double experience right now. I streamed last night for about 2 hours and I went from like 20 to 30 something, so the double experience is real, guys. Ranking up super fast, had a lot of fun, had a great stream last night. So if you're not stopping by the streams, you should be. It's also the best place for you to actually be able to play with me if you'd like to play with me, or to just find a group of people to play with, because it's always open lobbies, and that's what we've been doing. We're going to be doing streams tonight as well around 7 o'clock Eastern time, so be there or be square. I'll put the link for the stream down below. It's twitch.tv/ReverendSaint. So anyway, enough of that. Basically in this gameplay, I don't know why I keep saying basically. I say that a lot. I really do. But in this gameplay, I go 74-17, and boy oh boy, this game, like, I got this a couple days ago. It was before the patch, like 2 days ago. But this game was a nail biter, man. We win 200 to 198. My team was struggling, dude. They were, ugh. And I was trying so hard. I was sweating so hard, trying to get that B flag and keep it so we could actually win. And we barely do it. We just barely beat them 200 to 198. So I hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay. This is right after I prestige. I kept the M8, as you guys can see. I will be doing a class setup for the M8 pretty soon. I was actually going to do that today, but I couldn't get a decent enough gameplay in TDM because people camp their freaking butts off in TDM. So I kept having low kill games, not low KDs, but low kill games that just aren't that entertaining. And I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna do this and talk about patch notes, because that's what I really want to do anyway. So that's what we're doing today. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoy the gameplay in the background. Now let's get right into this, man. There is a lot, so I'm actually really glad I decided to do a domination gameplay, because there are so many changes in these patch notes. So basically, general, I'm just gonna kind of point out the important ones that stick out to me, and I'm like, oh, okay. They added lobby leaderboards, which I'm very happy about. I like having lobby leaderboards. I like being able to check everybody's in the lobby, see where they rank, see, you know, score per minute, their KD, what do they like to do. Like, you gotta get an idea of whether or not they're gonna be a good teammate or a tough enemy by looking at their score per minutes and their KDs, and combining those two stats together. You could be like, okay, this guy kind of knows what he's doing, or this guy probably has no idea what he's doing. Take a sip of my water real quick. Moving on, they said team balancing in arena and public matches has been improved to more consistently maintain even teams. I don't know about arena. Public matches seem about the freaking same. In fact, they were almost worse tonight than I've had in a while, actually. I had a couple games, or 2 or 3 games in a row of domination, where it would be, I'd be like 30-15 or something like that, or 40-25 or something like that. I just barely squeezing by with like 11 to 12 captures, like just insane amount of captures. And my teammates, and it's like 190, it's like 180 to 190 or something like that. Game's about to end, and my teammates hadn't even broken 10 kills, man. They hadn't even gotten 10 kills. None of them. None of my teammates even got 10 kills. That's the struggle that I had this past night, and or last night, and that's just, it was so weird. Now, I did eventually play it with some of my viewers, and it was a lot better after that, because I had, you know, teammates I could actually trust to actually play the objective, and if they weren't good at slaying, they could play the objective really hard, and they were really good at doing it. I had some guys going like double negative, but they had like double-digit caps and crazy amounts of defense, so it was like, you know what, that's good. I like that. I need people like that on my team. And then I had other people who were getting like tons of kills, getting their streaks, and I was like, okay, cool, could go both ways. But when I'm playing alone, I get teammates that aren't even dropping 10 kills in like 15 minutes of a game. Like, that's just ridiculous, dude. Just absolutely insane. I think this game is actually one of those similar games. I don't think it was as bad as that, but it was still, my teammates were still pretty subpar, I would say. So I really don't feel like they really changed much when it comes to skill-based and team balancing at all. really at all. And apparently there was some UI errors that I never ever ran into, so I don't know where these came from. I never even heard of them happening, but I guess they were there, so that's good. I'm really glad about that. They did change the experience in Search and Destroy from 250 experience to 500 experience, which is great. I haven't really played too much Search and Destroy. Actually, I haven't played any Search and Destroy, I don't think, in Black Ops 3. Just realized that, which is weird because I really like Search and Destroy. But I haven't really done any of those, to be surprisingly, which is kind of weird. Anyway, moving on to specialists. Specialist weapons and abilities now charge at a reduced rate over time in objective modes. So basically, you're gonna get the faster way to get your specialist up is to actually play the game, get kills, get the objective, and you'll get your specialist faster. It's gonna charge slower over time than it would in regular kill games, which makes sense because you're getting a lot less score in games like TDM and Free For All and games that are just based on kills primarily, you know. So it makes a lot of sense to do that. Outrider, the Vision Pulse ability recharge speed has been slightly reduced. Not sure why. Vision Pulse is garbage. It sucks. I'm doing it right now for the challenges on it, and it stinks, man. When I get to the point where I have to get 2 rapid kills shortly after using it, I don't know how I'm going to do that because it only ever seems to tag one person no matter how close people are to me, no matter how many there are of them either. So I don't know why they did that. Vision Pulse sucks and needs buff 100%. The end. GG. Nomad fixed an issue with the unlock requirement for the 9th helmet. That's good. Rejack ability recharge speed has been slightly increased. Now this kind of confused me. They worded it weird, but it's the recharge speed that's been increased. Normally they would say a word like time reduced or increased, but they said speed, so that was kind of weird. I don't know why they did that. Maybe to kind of encourage people to use rejack more because not many people are using it, but it's kind of a dumb specialist. It shouldn't be in the game. I've gone over this 100 times. In the beta, it let you keep your score streaks, and they changed that. I guess it was a bug. It was not supposed to let you keep your score streaks when you became alive again. It lets you keep your medals, but not your score streaks. So they fixed that, and now there's not really a reason to use it. It's almost, I don't know, nobody really knows why they put that in there. Unless you're playing competitively, then it kind of does make sense, but I'm pretty sure it gets banned most of the time, so I don't know. Hive trigger radius slightly reduced, which is cool because I've been killed by that a decent amount of times when I've run past a hive firefly thing, whatever it's called. Which really sucks dying to those things, man. It really does. But that's cool. Reaper's Scythe has had its ammo reduced from 200 to 160. That's good, but it doesn't really fix the problem that Scythe has. The problem with Scythe is that it's too dang powerful, man. It really is. It's not the fact that it lasts too long. It does last a long time. I will say that. But it doesn't. That's not the main issue because usually you die before you even come close to using 160 bullets. It's just too dang strong, man. It really is. Fire Break, Heat Wave ability recharge speed has been slightly increased, so it recharges faster. Don't know why, because Heat Wave is freaking OP. It really is. If you've ever run into anybody using it or used it yourself, they pop that thing. If they are anywhere near you, you are frozen, dude. It's worse than a stun and a flash combined. You are screwed if somebody uses that thing. It's not like the flamethrower where you can kill them while you're burning right before you die or anything like that. If he uses that thing on you, you are done, boy. You are done. See ya. They need to nerf that thing, in my opinion. Obviously, that's just me. Weapons, you know, they kind of change some stuff for medals and stuff like that I don't really care about. They also the quick draw ADS speed bonus for LMGs has been slightly reduced. I guess that's cool. Cool with that. And I guess there's an issue with the launchers not giving experience or weapon experience for destroying vehicles. That's rough. You definitely need to fix that, so I'm glad they did that. And apparently there's another issue with shotguns with long barrel not doing as much damage. They were doing decreased damage, which I think they had that issue in Black Ops 2. I remember something similar to that happening in Black Ops 2. I'm pretty sure. So that's interesting that they had it in Black Ops 3 as well. But they fixed that. Submachine guns, the VMP ADS time slightly increased. See, time increased. It's weird. To match other SMGs, so they slowed down the ADS time. That makes sense, although it didn't really feel any different when I played last night. Hipfire spread slightly increased. Didn't really feel like it last night. But all of the subs are pretty close when it comes to hipfire spread, I think. The fair close damage range close range damage slightly reduced, which is a good thing because that thing was so good at close range, man. That thing was a hip-fire monster. I definitely think they needed to do that, and they did. Razorback damage range increase. That's interesting. I haven't really used it yet. I do know it's actually quite viable now, so I'm glad they did do it. Assault rifles, they fix ADS view for iron sights. Not really an important one. When a clan tag or kill counter, I guess, what got in the way for ADS on iron sights. That's interesting. Hit XR2, hip fire spread increase to match other assault rifles. That's BS because I keep getting killed by hip fires in one burst all the time with the XR2. Minor tweak to the fire rate, not noticeable at all, and doesn't affect the game at all. Don't know why they did it. They need to increase the fire rate and decrease it to not be as easy to get one burst, man. It's way too easy to get one burst with that gun. ICR1 fixing ammunition ammo. Wow, can't speak. It's not even ammo. It's animation issue when the weapon had a Varix 3 optic and suppressor attached. Now, no, I don't use that optic, but I like that gun a lot, so that's why I said that. M8A7. This confuses the crap out of me. The fire rate has been increased. Why? Do not know why. Fix an issue with the iron sights when the kill counter was attached. Don't know why they increased the fire rate of the M8A7. That's a buff. This gun does not need a buff, man. It is too freaking good. It is so good. It needs to either stay where it's at or you nerf it. Honestly, I don't think you can nerf it. I think you have to buff everything else for it to work because just because of how this gun works. So anyway, moving on, light machine guns, BRM, ADS speed slightly reduced, Dingo, increased ability to control recoil. Okay, that's kind of good. The Dingo does have a lot of kick. Gorgon's got the most, of course. Clip size reduced from 50 to 40. ADS time has been slowed down, no longer deals extra damage to vehicles without FMJ. Increased recoil, increased hipfire spread, 48 dredge, fixed magazine count to on extended mags. Apparently it had an issue with audio and stuff like that. That's weird. Mag caused audio issue, and then slightly increased ADS time. Pistols, the LCAR close range damage slightly reduced, which is good. And then the thermite grenade, the damage rate reduced, so you don't die right away. It takes a little bit longer to kill somebody with a thermite grenade. That's good. And then a bunch of map fixes, which aren't really too important. If you guys want to check these out for yourselves, I will link it in the description down below so you guys can see it. But that's pretty much it, man. I think a lot of them are kind of non-issues. Like, you can't really notice any changes, which is kind of good. That means they're trying to change it slightly, so they don't want to go from one end of the spectrum to the other. But you kind of got to do a little bit more on some of these than they already have. But that's going to be the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like and comment down below. And I'll see you guys tonight at the live stream. Peace.